What's up everybody? Welcome back to Beastly Garage Kicks and Whips. If you're seeing this video, then I might have pulled it off because what you saw in the thumbnail hasn't happened yet. So hopefully it looks good. I want to go ahead and take those black Tolos. They came out a few months ago and I want to transition these bad boys into a black Tolo union. And over the past weekend, I have been in my head trying to source supplies and get ideas as to how I can best mimic that shoe. I even started on it. I was so eager to get started. I went out and I grabbed some paints. And guys, let me show you what I've done so far on this shoe. The unions actually have what looks like raw material on the edges. It's a combination of a gold and orange color, and I thought it best matches the photo that I've been using for reference. And you can see here, I just painted all the edges. This detail alone makes a heck of a difference. If you just want to do this by itself, it just makes the shoe look a little more premium, a little bit more classy. The biggest issue I've been having is trying to figure out the tongue, because on the Union, the tongue is like two pieces. The whole concept of the shoe is to make it look like the whole top of the shoe, including the tongue, was detached and reattached with a different shoe. So it's supposed to look like a Frankenstein type shoe. And in order to pull this off, I do have to do some stitching, but I also have to find a top of a tongue to stitch on here. Now, I couldn't find the top of a tongue. I did do some searching, but I think I came up with an option that might work. One good thing about a custom is that it doesn't have to be exact. It's a custom, so you can kind of put your own little swing on here or your own little touch. Full disclosure though, I did not make up this myself. I did find this on Twitter, and I even found a listing on eBay. They had a whole batch of them and they're selling for like $500 a pop. Now, I don't think no one should spend $500 for some custom knockoff Union. You should definitely spend 90 bucks and a couple dollars in supplies and possibly do it yourself. But I think I could do a better job than the pictures that I saw of these shoes on eBay. Okay, that guy in the previous clip had no freaking idea what he was talking about. It is now a little over 2 weeks later and I have finished that custom. Unfortunately, it's not going to be a video like you've seen from me before where I show you every little detail of that custom, because that custom was probably one of the most challenging things that I've done to date. That's just one shoe. I don't even know if I'm going to do the second shoe. Now, my goal was to make this shoe look as authentic as possible using just the stuff that I had here at the house and a couple things that I picked up at I think Walmart and Michael's. I did make some mistakes. I do have some things that I could do better if I was to do that other shoe. And I said in the previous clip that $500 was a lot to spend. If you want one, spend the $500 and get one off eBay, because I'm not making no more. All right, your boy's done. Your boy's done with these. But I have to say, I kind of killed it because it does look like it, and I know you're probably anxious to see it. I got frustrated to the point that I did not film a lot because I just was trying to get stuff done. I'm going to show you some clips during this whole process. Let's roll them. I basically just took a small brush and slowly went around with the paint that I mixed up. Again, it was this orangey gold color paint that I blended up and put around here. So we're going to take some sandpaper. I'm going to rough this whole area up to give it that Union look. I'm going at it with 80 grit paper and it's not flexing. Wow, this stuff is hard. Just using sandpaper is really not getting the effect that I need. So I've actually started going at it with a razor blade and just slicing at it just to get it rough. I did slice it up a lot. I'm gonna create the division between the supposedly sewn on piece to the original part of the shoe. So I'm gonna actually put a slice right here. See that? I think the ones on eBay, they didn't even do this detail. Now I'm gonna do it right. That whole piece is gonna look like it was stitched on. All right, so let's cut this massive tongue down. I'm gonna cut it right to the tip of the Jumpman. let's finally get rid of this hideous thing. What a difference. And we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna mix up some gray paint, lay some gray paint on here. Mixture of some flat white, Angelus flat white, and some black. I'm gonna start hitting up this right here with white, painting this new buck. Not really sure how it's gonna look, but yeah, not bad at all. Maybe 6 or so coats, and it actually feels like leather. It's smooth. It no longer feels like that new buck material. I like it. It looks like there's a definite transition between this and that. So that's what I wanted. I wanted that hard line, and I got that hard line. Let's continue painting. I'm gonna paint this gray and get to the midsole and paint that antique white color. For the sock liner, I'm gonna mix up a gray paint just like I did with this area. However, I'm gonna go ahead and add in some Too Soft fabric, medium additive. And I did do a lot of painting last night. I don't know how much I filmed, but I just wanted to get it done. Since I've done this before in other videos, if you want to see how to paint a sock liner, go ahead and check it out. It's nice and soft. It's not going to rub off on your socks. I did go down all the way to the bottom in most parts. I didn't get the back there, but that's okay. When I was trying to rough this area up, instead of just using sandpaper, I did go ahead and use a razor blade and was slicing through because it was just that tough of leather. It's probably not even leather, it's probably like some type of vinyl. But anyway, the slicing marks do show up a lot. So on the other shoe, I will not do that method because you can see the slicing marks. And then I was really careless. And I was slicing it all up into the sock liner. So yeah, it looks a little rough, but on foot, you're probably not gonna even notice it. But yeah, I like it. It's not bad. I definitely know how to do it on the other shoe. I won't use the razor blade. I would just use this technique where I put sand into the paint and it gives that rough texture, and then I'll just dab the paint on. I'm gonna finish outlining the orange in these areas. I waited until I had this area painted. Let's mix up some orange paint. Start with a little bit of orange, a little bit of metallic gold. That was way more than a drop of gold, so let's just get that out of there. A little bit of red. Let's see if it matches what I did already. Yep, pretty much spot on. Okay guys, on to the tongue. Now, the tongue is the hardest part. I thought it was the hardest part, but some of this other stuff is proven to be a little bit difficult. For the tongue, I did cut off a good portion of it, probably about a ½ inch off the top, and then I rounded it, and basically I'm gonna leave the foam exposed just like it is on the real Unions. What I plan on doing to make this look like a 2-piece tongue, just because I couldn't find another tongue to sew onto this one, I am going to paint this upper portion right at the stitch line. I'm going to paint all that white, and then I'm going to add the stitching across here to simulate being 2 different pieces. Couldn't find any Nike tags. I don't have any shoes to pull them off of, but what I did find was tags out of my clothing. I did have one pair of shorts that had a red Nike tag, and my daughter had a shirt that had a matching Nike tag. Unfortunately, they are not in the right orientation here. They're upside down for what I need, because I would want to do it like this. I can go ahead and just mount it like that. I mean, Nike has done some crazy stuff like that, especially with the Travis Scotts, but I am trying to keep it more like the Union, so I'm gonna probably mount something like that. Right now, let's just get to painting this whole top piece white. I'm going to just use Angelus white paint, and since it is fabric, I am going to mix it with the Too Soft additive. Alright, the tongue is done. I put about maybe 5 coats on it. I end up toning down that white, the Angelus white, by putting in a little bit of this antique color, and I think it now looks a lot more like the actual Union tongue, and it feels good, smooth to the touch. Now we're going to try to figure out how we're going to do this tag. Hey guys, I came up with the design while trying to color this in. It kind of goes with the whole Union theme. Yeah, let's roll with that. And that quickly, I changed my mind. I spray painted the whole tag metallic silver, because I realized that you can actually still see excuse me, you can still see the Nike. Wow. I just ate a really hot woo, I just ate a really hot egg roll, and I am tearing up right now. All right, yeah, I'm gonna have to talk about this in a second. Feel a little better now. All right, so I am not going to continue with the tag because I feel as though I need to sew this up. So I am going to sew around here, all the way around. I went around one time, then came back. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to start trying to stitch on our Nike sign. Jumpman is completely gone. It's time to start the blue stitching. This really does look like 2 different tongues stitched together. I have not been working on it for multiple weeks. I did go on vacation. In the meanwhile, I was trying to figure out how to do this stitching. As you can see here, most of it is done all the way around. I end up just manning up, getting a thimble, and pushing a needle through. In order to do this type of stitching, you pretty much got to go in and come out the same hole, which made it that much more time consuming to get this zigzag up and down. Let's just finish with this piece. I am almost done. All I gotta do is a couple more zigzags over here, and we shall be good. Here, I didn't do the full stitching. I like this little like X design up here. With that, I am actually done with all the stitching on this shoe. So let's mix up some paint and let's get this midsole done. So to me, it looks like the Unions use the same color sole as the Travis Scotts. So I pulled out my Travis Scotts, and I'm gonna try to mix up some paints to match that color sole. I mixed up a little bit of orange and a little bit of this. And I think that's pretty much pretty close. Guys, we got a Union here. We got a Union. Look at this bad boy. This paint, I don't know how good it'll hold up. Definitely want to hit this with some type of protectant, like a matte clear coat. I don't plan on wearing these shoes really. Just wanted to see if I can do this. Let's do the last little touch. Do All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make the shoestrings that come with the unions. I measured about 14.5 inches from the tips on each side of the shoestring, and I'm gonna paint those areas. Okay, we back now. So without any more holding you guys captive here to see the finished product, you probably already saw the finished product because I probably put it in the thumbnail. You put it in the thumbnail, dude. You wanna see the shoe? Well, here's the shoe. Let's go.
Aside from my soul, there goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight from my soul.
And what do you think? I think I nailed that bad boy. I think it looks pretty damn good. Now, it's not perfect. It's not perfect by any means. Of course, I did mess up on several pieces, but for the most part, 95%, I nailed it. I nailed the true points of a union. I think I did. I think I covered it. I think I did a better job than the shoe that you could find on eBay for $500. So would that make this worth $500? Yeah, I don't know. $500 is a lot of money to pay for a low. I don't care what low it is. I did the shoestrings, which was a dope touch, because a lot of people, I think, if they would have pulled off this custom, they probably would have just put in those yellow or orangish type laces. No, I did it the way that the unions come with those two-tone laces. When I do the other shoe, it will be a little bit better just because I know of things to do, what to do, and what not to do. If you have any comments, suggestions, if you did a custom of your own, you just want me to know about it, put it down in the comments. I try to read every comment that you guys write. Go ahead and give me just a thumbs up or like. I appreciate it very much just for the support. It gives me motivation to go ahead and do another custom. Subscribe if you didn't subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I drop a video, because I am very inconsistent. So you want to be notified whenever a video is up. Thanks for watching. Catch me next time. And I'm out of this joint with a Union 1 low. Later, guys.